Hey guys, and welcome to our is this our fourth episode?
So.
Yeah, our fourth episode of Ladylike. We're happy to have you, of course.
Yes, excited to be here.
Yeah. So we'll kind of start off how we always do. And Cylas, tell me, what'd you do this weekend?
We really just hung around the house. I was on call this weekend, and so we
Did you
took
actually
it
get
easy.
called out then, or?
I got one call, but I didn't actually have to go in, so
Okay.
that's always good.
Well, good. Yeah. So I saw this weekend, of course, I went away for a little bit and hung out with my friend Holly in Frisco and got away from the kids for a little bit. We really didn't do anything. But then I got home Sunday, and of course, I'm scrolling through my phone, and I'm like, oh, Cylas has a new TikTok. I feel like this is like worth talking about. So what is this TikTok trend that you did? I've seen it, but it's almost like a wheelbarrow type thing. I don't know how else to describe it, but you know how if you get in a wheelbarrow and someone's like pulling on your legs? You'll have to describe what this is.
No, kind of like the wheelbarrow race, but so you're supposed to throw the legs up and then basically do a flip and land on your feet. But
So whose idea was this? Was this yours or Braxton's?
100% my idea. We had this thing going for a little while, and I was calling it Silly Sundays, and we were doing all these different TikTok challenges and just silly stuff, and then Braxton broke his elbow and slowed down the
So
progress.
Silly Sundays had to stop. Well, Silly Sundays are back, and we have proof. So Cam actually has the TikTok, so we're going to show it real quick because it's just it's too funny. Let's see if it pulls up.
I mean, I'm really surprised I'm not sore today.
I watched that, and I was shooken for a minute because I was like, is she okay? But then you see that you're like, they're laughing. So I was like, okay, she's good. She's fine. So we'll say 30 years old and not a gymnast is what that says, right?
Definitely not a gymnast. Braxton kept telling me, tuck your feet and kick. And it just wasn't.
I do like the shout out that Braxton's given us. If you notice, he's wearing his pink Gameday shirt. And I love it. She said he rocks the Gameday shirts often, so that makes us happy.
He does. He's always supporting.
Yeah, I like it. So, of course, this coming up Monday will be Memorial Day, so we will not have a show. But we do have something exciting. I don't know if we should let the whole cat out of the bag, but we pre-recorded a special with somebody local that we're really excited to show. So we'll give more kind of tips on that, on what's coming out later.
We're definitely not the most athletic.
No. This showed. It was fun. We were with a really good athlete that's in town, and she was amazing. And we tried to get on her level, but it just wasn't happening. So I haven't seen a cut of it yet. It's still being edited, so I'm kind of nervous, but it's coming. So we will take Memorial Day off. We'll have that show. And then, of course, we'll be back on June 7th. So still, if there's anybody that you see that you want to have on our show, still send us in those messages and let us know, because we're getting ready to prepare for our June and July shows.
Yeah.
But there's quite a bit of stuff going on this week, too. I know everyone's about, their kids are getting out of school and everybody's probably getting ready for vacations, but Texarkana, I noticed, has a lot going on this weekend. One of the things, actually tomorrow, I thought this was worth sharing. Cross Ties is having a line dancing class tomorrow.
That's fun.
I know.
They do so much cool stuff down there.
Yeah.
A lot of variety, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Check out if you don't already follow their Facebook page, be sure you follow it, because I think they had a Zumba class like not too long ago there outside or something. They have cornhole tournaments, I think, at times. So it's worth following their page for sure, because there's something always going on. Let's see. The Chamber, of course, we had Robin Bass on here last week, that she's with the Texarkana Chamber of Commerce. And this Thursday is their business after hours, which is going to be on the Chamber lawn from 4 to 6. So whether you're a Chamber member or not, you are welcome. That invitation is open to everybody. And then, Wednesday, of course, we have Ladies Night on the Range. This is something that Sam Waka is doing at Northridge Country Club. And we actually have a video of Sam, she can explain it better than I can, so we'll have Cam play that.
You can just call the pro shop here at Northridge, and we'll get you on the list. See you there. Hey, everybody, it's Sam Waka here.
Okay, so I think Cylas and I will actually be out there Wednesday, right?
Yeah, definitely both going.
Yeah. So if that's something you may be interested in, you just give Northridge Country Club a call. You call the pro shop and Sam will hook you up.
And you don't have to be a member. I've had a couple of friends ask, and she said that they have to honor Northridge members first,
Yeah.
but as long as the class doesn't get too full, that non-members can come as well.
Okay. And then one more thing I saw, and this is something that the whole family can enjoy. Thursday, they're having a movie night in the park. They're showing Wonder Woman 1984, and it's at Spring Lake Park across from the airplane. So if you're looking for something to do with the kids, if it doesn't rain again, I feel like we've been getting so much rain that I know my kids are stir crazy, but we have a really good show today. Do you want to say who we have on the show?
Yeah, so we've got Chloe Carpenter up first. She just recently started an internship with Gameday and TXK Marketing, so that's really cool.
Oh, yeah, we're excited to have her. I love her. She's so sweet. And then we have Lainey Lanier. She is the 3A pole vault state champion, and she goes to Genoa High School, so we'll have her on as well.
Yes, and then we've got the Texarkana famous Cookie Lady.
Oh, they're world famous.
Yeah.
Yes. I finally had some a couple weeks ago.
I haven't had them yet, and I'm dying to get over there and try them.
Oh, yeah.
Braxton got some at work and didn't bring me any home, so I've got to go visit.
I feel like, okay, because of that, Braxton owes you like a reverse on that TikTok. Like you deserve to be able to like toss Braxton up in the air.
Yeah.
Because of that. That is not good, Braxton.
I better get to weight training.
Well, good. So we have a really good show coming up for you. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to have Chloe on. Hey guys, we are back and we have Chloe Carpenter. We're so happy to have her on the show today. We actually are so lucky to have Chloe with us this whole summer. She is currently at the University of Texas in Austin, and you're home for a little bit. So, but let's start off. Tell us about you and all things Chloe.
Well, take it back to high school, literally just a year ago. I graduated from Pleasant Grove. Been there my whole life, been here in Texarkana my whole life. Just recently have been in Austin at UT, and it's funny because people always ask me, like, there's a huge difference between Texarkana and Austin, and honestly, like, I love Texarkana so much, but I also love Austin so much. But then again, they're so completely different.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like there's so many things to do in Austin and so many good friends there, but it's also like obviously not as many things to do here, but it's like home.
Yeah.
And so love that.
So you've already had your first full year. Well, no, let's go back because I feel like when you talk about you being from Pleasant Grove, you were somebody last year who really stood out to me a lot because you were the valedictorian of your class. You were the captain of the Showstoppers. And we actually first met Chloe because, you know, of course, her year was turned upside down a little bit due to COVID. They didn't get to have a spring show. And we had the idea that we were going to go out and capture what they would have done at spring show as a group of officers, and as a captain, we got to capture that dance. And you can actually still watch it on our Gameday Facebook page. But that's when we first met you. And I've always thought that I know there's so much more you did at school other than just those things, but I think that I was always really impressed with you.
Thank you.
But you've had your first full year away, and then now you're coming back home for the summer. Can you tell us about how your first year was in Austin?
Mm-hmm. So my first year, I am actually majoring in advertising/marketing, and I just recently added a minor in business. And so, like, I've kind of gotten to learn about, like, media type things and, like, advertising, like, just, like, the basics. Mm-hmm. And so I'm kind of I honestly love it. I hate to brag on UT for just a second, but I have to. The advertising school at UT, it has been named the #1 advertising school in the country.
Okay.
And so I, like, crazy that I get to be a part of it. And so, like, super, like, excited about that. All my professors, I'm like, love these people. Like, they love their job. They love teaching, and you can tell. And so this first year has been so awesome.
Now, is there a reason that you chose to go to UT? Did you have other schools? Because your dad's from UT, right? Or he's just a big Longhorn fan?
Both of my uncles went to UT.
Okay,
One of my uncles
okay.
graduated from UT. My dad wishes he went to UT.
Oh.
Well, that's a longer story.
We'll save that for, we'll get Kevin on one day and let him tell it, I guess, huh?
He'll come tell you about it. But people are like asked me like, is there anywhere else you wanted to go? And honestly, like, that was the only place I applied to, because I grew up going to Longhorn games. I grew up going to Austin because, like, we grew up Longhorn fans. And so whenever it came down to it, and I tried, I did one other visit. I really didn't do another visit. It was just, I went up to another school and I kind of looked around, but, like, my heart was like, Texas.
That's really cool to me
Yes.
how that was the only place you applied. It's like you put all of your eggs in that one basket and you were
Yes.
like, this better hit.
It was a risky move, but
I feel
there
like
was
as
like,
valedictorian and with your resume, it was gonna, I mean, like, it was gonna happen, of course. But that's just, I would be so scared. I'd feel like I'd have to be like applying everywhere.
Did you know at that time what you wanted to major in, or you were you just wanted to go to Austin?
this is kind of sad, but at the time I wanted to major in business.
Okay.
But it's like the Macomb School of Business, and unfortunately, I did not get accepted into that school. But I was so grateful that I got into the advertising school, which is like just as hard to get into. And so like now I was like, okay, so I'm in advertising, so I can add a minor in business. So like I can do business a different way.
Yeah.
Kind of weed my way in there somehow.
I think that's a little bit more specific as well. You know, so many people graduate with a business degree, and you don't
It's like
hear
business
advertising.
and finance.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I think that makes you special.
Thank you.
And you also had a pretty incredible first year on the UT Palm Squad. So can you tell us about how that experience was?
That was like the most like surreal experience, mainly because we got to do so many cool like things and appearances. Like for example, one of our appearances was we just got a new head football coach,
Oh, yeah.
Coach Sarkeesian, and we got to we went to the football stadium and kind of welcomed him, like kind of got to like cheer him on. And then another thing we did was, it was like a smaller appearance, but it was like for the Texas Senate. They did like a reception, like not like the U.S. Senate, but like I didn't know what that was at the time, unfortunately. I hate to admit it, but and then we got to do like a reception for that, and I got to meet the president of UT, which was really
Okay.
cool. And so like just kind of those fun things, obviously cheering at football games, basketball games was really, really fun.
Yeah.
So did you still get to attend some of the games even though they had the COVID restrictions?
It was because like in a normal year they would do like, we would be on the field, but because of that they had us like, we had these like platform type situations in the stands that we got to dance on.
Yeah.
And we also got like the
Yeah, to wear a
uniform mask.
I feel like we went to a Dallas Cowboy game and it was like that.
Right.
The cheerleaders couldn't be on the
Like
field,
on,
but
like,
they
those
were on
platforms.
the platform. So I think a lot of people, that's probably how they adapt it to those
And
restrictions.
that's kind of how we did it. And basketball was kind of the same thing, kind of like dancing on like the flat parts of the stands. That was a lot harder. I banged my head a couple times on some chairs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we won't get it.
But you still got that experience, though.
Right.
So that's great.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah. Well, good. So, of course, you've had this crazy year and this busy year, and now you're home for the summer. So do you have any big plans for the summer then?
I do have some
I
big
mean, we'll keep her
plans.
busy, but... Yeah.
I am coming up to work with Gameday and marketing, kind of to get into the experience of, like I said, my major advertising marketing. And so I'm excited to work with you guys.
Yeah, and we say this all the time. Of course we have a big group of people that work with Gameday and with TXK marketing, but sometimes it's just good to get a new, fresh batch of ideas. And I think that you will bring a lot of freshness to just what we have going on, and it's really exciting. So we're happy to have you.
And I'm excited to get to work with more the cheer drill team band, kind of realm of it, because
spirit.
Obviously that's what I know a lot more about.
Yeah.
I'm not really savvy in the whole sports.
Yeah, well, part of Gameday is the Gameday spirit side of it,
Right.
and we still need to give them all of the love and the attention, and that's what we're gonna, do with you. So, well, good. Did you have anything else for Chloe?
I didn't. I'm excited to work with you some more.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, thanks for coming on and talking with
Thank
us.
you for having me.
Yeah, we'll have Chloe and Kevin on another
The
episode
same
to tell about the
episode?
story. No, just kidding. We won't do that. Well, good. Well, we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll have Lenny on.
Our capabilities to better, while our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient, include outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray.